ROCKsteady, your go-to for all things multimedia. Looking for a new phone? Coming soon to Telecom Niue, the Vivo Y12. Are you looking for a music mentoring service that empowers young people to unleash the greatness within? Contact deme at TRUKAT.org.nz. Hood Beats, changing the hood one beat at a time. allrelativf, opening hours from Monday to Saturday from 2 p.m. onwards. Follow them also on Instagram at all_relative. Give them a call, 4724. Have you tasted the bread from Rockback Bakery? What about the cream donuts? What about the pies? Simply too good. Nah, simply fresh. Rockback Bakery, 4325. Showcasing the best of Niue through guided tours, personalized itineraries, and pre-planning, so you can enjoy your Niue experience at your own pace. Contact Vanessa Marsh, explore at niue.nu. Niue Development Bank. Asihake he motu, asihake tangata he motu, ngahua uloa ke asihake a Niue. Build a better Niue together. What up, Lalo Lagi? Yee-hoo! Oh, where you guys been, man? It's been a while. It's been a full week, but it's been a fortnight since we've been able to do an actual proper regular Saturday show. So welcome back to ROCKsteady live and direct from Niue Nukutu Hamata Maka Pacifica in the heart of the Pacific, right here on this planet we call Earth, right? Yeehaw! So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited that we are back on the show. And yes, it's Saturday here in Niue, and we've had an awesome day. Today we're able to hang out with our LDS youth, and we were able to do a free car wash, which was Canada Motor Cars, down at the chapel in Alofi. And it was just to one of those gospel principles that you like to share with your young people about service, and not just doing things for free, but also serving your people. So that's what it was. So it was a great day today. And then coming home and preparing for the show. We've got a cool lineup for you guys. It's a really cool lineup. But before we do that, we need to do a massive shout out to our sponsors. So mad love to Telecom Niue 4G. Thank you for always supporting locally made content. And we are on the Kopa at home tonight. We are in the CP Studios, which is CP stands for carport. Carport. Some for our actual van. That's what that is. But yeah, we're at home tonight, and so hopefully you guys are at home wherever you are, and you guys are having a good time. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go over to this guy, Swanson's. Yo, guess what Swanson's is doing? They are giving away a $50 voucher of shopping for our locals here in Niue. That is up for grabs for tonight. So basically, all you have to do, wherever you are in the world, to all our Niue community, even if you're not Niuean and you're living wherever in the world, and you know someone who's living here locally, all you have to do is tag that person when you share this. Share this page. Make sure you tag that local so they can go into the draw to win $50 voucher of shopping. So thank you, Swansons. Awitulo, much appreciated. Welcome to the show. It is all about ROCKsteady Arts tonight. Yeah, ROCKsteady Arts, and in particular to the arts that you know, our artists who draw, our talented people here in Niue. But we've also got some young talents that we're able to invite to be on the show. Just little snippets into their world. And as shy as they were able to open up a little bit more of their world and allowed us into to see how they think and feel about their artwork, about living here in Niue, about what drives them and what is their inspirations. So that's really cool. So coming up in the show, we're going to say hello to Denzel Jessup and also to Tiala Kamupala right here on the show. Also coming up in the show as well, we've got the international artist Mark Cross that's going to be joining us as well. And then we're going to cross over all the way to Aotearoa, New Zealand, and we're going to say a massive hello and a whakalafalia to the neighborhood brother, Marcus Hipa, who was such a talent of an artist. So we're grateful that they were able to allow that. We are grateful that they were able to be on our show. Yes, that's what it is. Woo! So hopefully you guys are well. So arts, basically the type of arts that we know. This platform of ROCKsteady live and direct from Niue is an opportunity that we can delve into all those types of arts. What we don't want to do is bombard you all of them into one show. We'd like to pace it out and spread out all the talents right across this digital platform. And so that's giving you guys an opportunity that you don't get flooded with all the talents all at one time. We want to make sure there's enough to go around. So if you're only just joining us tonight for the first time, whakaalofa hiatu, and welcome to the 6th episode of ROCKsteady Live and Direct from Niue, Nukututa Maka Pacific. Woo! Yes, and of course this is the energy that we have here, and hopefully you guys can absorb that energy and have a good time with us right here on the show. So ROCKsteady Arts, we, as you know, we have a couple of international artists, living here. We have John Pule as well, from the beautiful village of Liku, who is overseas at the moment. But to know that we have that kind of caliber in our own backyard, living in our own backyard, it's great to know, because now we have those resources of information that we can literally in arm's reach reach out to and pick their brain about what it's like to be an international artist. But of course, this platform is also in regards to performing arts. So there's a little surprise that I want to let you guys know about closer to the end of the show, which is going to be someone you already know, and that's in the performing arts, which is going to be part of every show going forward, every Saturday. So regardless of what the theme is, this little window is going to be a part of the last bracket of every show. So it's almost like a keeping up with the brother. Yeah. So the lights are on, the show is good. We are ready to blast off. And of course, can't be done without my operators who is with me. So mad shout out to my son Kanye, who is operating the show tonight and doing the scenes behind the scenes. So once again, please share this to everyone that you know right now and tag someone in it whose name I will put into a drawer, and they will go into the grabs to win themselves a $50 shopping voucher from Swanson Supermarket. Yes, sir. Yeah, so it's before we roll into the show, I want to peel back just a little bit. Over the last couple of weeks, we did ROCKsteady Politics for 3 weekends straight. So round 1 was with Esther, and she was able to help us break down the governance and just all the finer details. And then we were able to break into round 2, which was inviting young candidates who put their names in for the elections, Kenneth Green and Fiafia Ricks. And then we were able to do the final round, which was stream from every village community hall back to our operator, and then our operator was able to stream out to Facebook to you guys. And that was a 9-hour stint from 9 in the morning till 4 p.m. I think I got my maths wrong there, but who cares? It was a long day. And then mad shout out to BCN, because the fact that you got your results up and running for that weekend, man, that's a lot of props to you guys. And also the fact that you went stream to Facebook Live as well, so that was amazing. That's the future of televising content from Niue. So great stuff, BCM. During that time, as I went around, you were able to, on a smaller scale, feel the vibe and get everyone's feelings and thoughts about the elections. And now we're on this part of the phase. So next Wednesday, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, so next Wednesday, we will find out our new premier, the cabinet ministers, and basically where everyone will be placed and positioned in the Whalefono. So it's interesting times ahead, and the fact that between now and next Wednesday, the vibes are everywhere. And obviously the coalitions that need to happen, the horse trading, as Esther taught us, that's happening. Whatever they're doing, whatever collaborations that they need to make happen for a greater next 3 years. Or, you know what, to be honest, I do not care who's going to be the premier. I do not care. All I care is that you lead us and take us forward into the future. That's all I ask. And as I've said before, I'm not a political commentator. I'm a political commentator. Yeah, I'm a commentator. Yeah. So I was able to use this platform to engage with all of you and let you guys know what was happening for those 3 weeks. So that was pretty full on. We are going to roll into our next part of the show. So please, without further ado, we're going to introduce a little window into Denzel, Jessup, and also to Telecom Niue, and we'll see you after the commercial break. Cheers!
My name is Denzel Jessup. I'm 11 years old and I attend Niue High School, and the village I come from is Mutalau and Tuapa. I think when I was 5, I guess. Spider-Man and Superman and Batman. Marvel and DC. Amazing. Cool. You should be an art teacher. I want to be a famous artist. Amazing. It was very cool, and I saw all the other arts. They were really cool too. Well, we're doing a poster in arts about keep Niue COVID free. And I'm also doing one for health, how to wash your hands, and no smoking posters. My uncle, because he does really cool drawings and it inspires me. I just started painting a long time ago, like last year, for the art festival. That's when I started painting. Keep drawing and keep painting. Don't stop.
Lahatu. My name is Telecom Niue, going on 17 years old. I'm from Alofi, the capital of Niue. I'm also a Niue High School student. I'm in year 12 this year, so my last year is next year. I love my art. To me, it's not just drawing, it's my passion. It's where I get to get away from everything, but I'm still quite shy about it. I'm still learning. I started drawing ever since I was in ECE, so that's basically very young. I started off with some stick figures, then you used to just imagine everything, just draw. So yeah, and then onwards I just kept on drawing, just drawing, and then coming up to year 6, there was a poster competition for a food festival. So I came first for it. It's fine because for the task that the teacher gives us, it gives us to expand our imagination on it. So we don't just think about just drawing just one thing. We get to elaborate on more things that we have to see, to draw, and to imagine. Yeah, I have. Because really I don't like working in office. So I'd rather have a space where I can be comfortable with. So yeah, just doing art, it's what I'm comfortable with. What's been motivating me is myself, the people that surrounds me, the environment. There's green, there's blue, the sea, and everything. My grandmother and her pretty garden here, as you can see. And also just my urge just to keep on doing art till the future. Don't be shy about it. Well, I used to, but if you show it, everybody will see that your work's pretty, you have talent, you can do anything if you put your mind to it, especially art. And it's a way where you can get to see new people, get to talk and experience more. Hi guys, my name is Telecom Niue and this is ROCKsteady Arts.
ROCKsteady, your go-to for all things multimedia. Looking for a new phone? Coming soon to Telecom Niue, the Vivo Y12. Award-winning honey, crunchy banana chips, frozen passion fruit, frozen fish, and dragon fruit. Double M 4346. Ali's Hardware, tools, high gel tables, chairs and marquees. Ali's Gift Shop, a range of gifts for that special someone. Ali's Enterprises, simply the best. 4167. Are you looking for someone to bake, decorate your special cake for your special day? Call them on 4174. Keke time. There's always time for cake. Ay, longan na naki? Ha? Watal? Longan na naki? Eh nga. Pacific Way Bar, the coldest beer in town. Have you been to Kendras Kollection lately? No? Why? Come and check out their new range of stock, thousands of goods starting at $3, and so much more. Located in Kula. Yo! How about that? Please give a massive round of applause to our beautiful young people, Denzel and Tiola, for giving up their time and opening up their little world into their art form. I applaud you guys. I salute you guys. Please, massive emoji applause from your guys who are tuning in. Welcome back to the show. This is ROCKsteady, live and direct from Niue Nukutu Tahamata Maka Pacifica, and tonight it's all about the arts. And before we do that, again, we would like to do a massive shout out to Swanson's for our giveaways tonight. We have a $50 voucher up for grabs, and all you have to do is share this post, share this stream live, and tag a local that's living here that might want to get this up for grabs. They might not even be watching, but the fact that you're sharing it and with their name, please do so, and their names will go into the draw to win that $50 voucher. Just like that. Wow, cheers, Swanson's. Woohoo! All right, so the arts. It is what it is for tonight. And the cool thing I love about the arts is expression. And as you saw for our young people and how they will mature into their art form. They will mature into how to express what they do to paper through their words, through their thoughts, and through their actions and how they express themselves. So I've been lucky enough to be part of the arts industry, to be raised with creative family and friends. So again, much love to Keke for disciplining me, for showing me the art form of acting without acting, designing your thoughts, designing what you do to pen to paper, and how do you execute that at the highest caliber and the highest standard, for not just for those who are watching, but for yourself as a creative, that you don't drop your standards for anything, and you don't take second to none. So that's the world that I come from, and hopefully through this platform you guys get to see that as well, and hopefully also that your young people, your children, if you are that young person right now that is watching, that this platform can allow you to give you that opportunity, to give you that strength, to give you that power to know that the creative space is such a beautiful talent to have, and such a skill set to share with others, because it isn't ours. The things that we have are not ours, and I've learned that through the arts. And the fact that I'm a Niue high school student who didn't finish school, arts was my escape. Drawing at school was my escape, and so I was able to utilize the art class in Niue high school. And much love and rest in love to my bro Charles Jessup. I really appreciate you pushing me to go out of my comfort zone, to push my art skills and my abilities out of the normal, to be unique, to be different. So I really appreciate, and I have mad memories of our classrooms together, my bro. So much love, rest in love, my bro. Yeah. So coming up next is the international artist Mark Cross, and I've known this man for such a long time. I was also raised here in Niue, and alongside his children, who became really close friends of mine. And so shout out, plug to Corin, Mario, and Nara. What's up, guys? To you and your families. So yeah, man, just yes, he is of he's not Niuean, but he's married to beautiful Ahi, and they live in Liku. he will tell his story about his journey. And I've asked him to be part of this platform because an international artist that's living here in Niue, we have to take that opportunity to reach out. We have to take that opportunity to talk and converse and to see what we can learn from them. And so I've learned over the years a lot from Mark. His style of painting, his mind is very, very, the spectrum is very wide. And so he's going to tell you his story. So stand by for that. I want to also delve into parents and your children that may be watching. I get it. We all want to push our children as far as we can possible in regards to being doctors, to be lawyers, to be accountants. That's great. But what I want to use this platform is to also encourage you to ask them, if you see that they draw, if you see that they love to dance, ask them about the arts, introduce them to it, take them to theatre, and open their minds about how far they can take the ability and if it is for them. Because, it isn't for everyone, because everyone can't be a doctor, right? And not everyone can be a lawyer. And not everyone can be a performing artist or an artist. But if you see the ability of their creativity, I just hope and I pray that you could also be their guidance and take them along the way. We're going to now cross over to the next piece of the show. So without further ado, enjoy this, Mr. Mark Cross.
I used to be an engineer in New Zealand in my teens, early 20s, and met Ahi in 1976, and I decided to, I just asked her what Niue is like, and I was keen to, I'd never been overseas, so I was keen to go somewhere, and so rather than go to Australia like everybody else, I came to Niue. Back then, of course, it was quite, primitive and, quite isolated. Technology was limited and vehicles, transport was limited, but I really enjoyed it anyway, because as a child I always enjoyed camping, and so it wasn't much different to that, and it was always, of course it's always warm here. We stayed here for about 3 years, a little over 3 years. I worked for the Public Works for 9 months as an engineer, but then decided to develop my artwork, which I'd already been doing for maybe 5 years. Yeah, so I developed that, and I found there was a bit of a market here from the expat community and other people and the locals, the Niuean locals, and we actually went to Samoa on our way back to New Zealand, and I had a little exhibition there. I sold 1 or 2, I think, and that helped us pay for a trip to Pango to see Ahi's father. And from there we went back to New Zealand, and we eventually bought a house in Riverhead out by Kumeu, and I had a studio there. It had a pre-built studio for me, so we bought that house, and it was close to the school for the kids, and yeah, so we just, I developed it from there, developed my, not only my skills, but the market in the Auckland market, and then Wellington, and from there, internationally. Yes, I knew of Niue before I met Ahi, actually. I used to go and stay with Tingi Lau in Ponsonby. He was a school friend, and we hung out together with our music, and after school I used to go and stay with us in Summer Street in Ponsonby in the weekends, and so I had a taste of Niue. That's probably why I eventually ended up with Ahi, because I'd had that bit of experience, and I could had a sense of, and I was fascinated by different cultures and everything, and I just happened to gravitate towards Niue. And I prefer to use the uniqueness of the landscape to make a statement about humanity or about the environment. The rugged East Coast in particular. More recently I've been doing just concentrating on the water, fascinated by the water. I'll never get sick of that. It's so clear and and it's so complex, the clarity of the water. So I'm working on a lot of water pieces now. Sometimes it's Niue, sometimes it's New Zealand. At the moment I'm doing a Rarotonga lagoon thing with the emphasis on the water. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm not putting figures into the works, but in the past it was more like a stage for my actors. I would put the figures in this landscape. Not only Niue, but quite often Niue, but also New Zealand and Hawaii and Mykonos and lots of places. But obviously Niue because I'm here all the time. Good question. I mean, if I did the same imagery, like a lot of artists do the same kind of imagery over and over again, when I say I'm sticking with the water theme, I try to make it different. That's why I'm saying I use different countries. I use a river, was my last painting. The reef was the one before that, or the two before that was the Niue Reef. And this one now is the Rarotonga Lagoon. So I try and keep it all completely different so it keeps the interest going, because it is quite demanding. It's a lot of concentration, and I do find it hard at times, but to keep that momentum going I change the subject quite a lot. I think the more therapeutic part of it is going out and looking for things, so the actual looking for source material. And yeah, but actually painting, if it's not a too difficult thing to do where I don't need too much concentration, I'll put some music on or an audio book and I can just sort of drift away, so it's not so bad. Yes, I did actually. As I say, I was an engineer. I liked that at the start because I was using my hands, I was using my brain, and it was a precision engineer. It's tool making, which is very precise work, and I did enjoy that, but I started to get bored with the fact that there's not much creativity in it. I was just following blueprints. So, but I'd always painted. I'd never took art at school, but my mother painted and my father was a great craftsman, wood turner. So I thought, well, I'd rather be my own boss, and what can I do? And I always was interested in the art, and that's the epitome of being your own boss. You're just a soul, like a sole freelance. So you don't employ anyone, you just employ yourself. And so, and then I thought, well, living in Niue for 3.5 years, I thought, well, what can we do here? Do I need a job? And I learnt then I don't need a job. So that's why I developed over a period of 15 years or 12 years in New Zealand. We developed the markets and the skills, of course, and the contacts and the networks. So yes, I did think ahead right till my present age is 65. So I did have a focus on like 10 years ahead, 20, 40. You always, I think that's very important for young people, especially if they want to live in Niue. You can see by my work I'm interested in the minutiae of nature, basically. That's the starting point. The detail of it. It's always the foreground. A lot of realist painters just do a little bit of foreground, a little bit of land here and a massive sky. I'm the opposite, and it takes 100 times longer to do, but I just love the foreground and what's around my feet. So that's the start. But then I developed those skills, and I'm always, every painting I do is something different, so I'm always learning something. But then I wanted to make a humanist statement of some sort. So that's when I started putting figures into the paintings, and so that took it to another level. So there's those two things really. It's the observation of nature, but also by adding the figures, we're also talking about humanity. So there's two different things, but they work together. I would have probably got into robotics or something, you know, because my type of engineering became obsolete in New Zealand because China took over that, you know, the cheap labour and the, you know, the high quality digital gear. I got out of it before it became all digital, but had I stayed in it, I probably would have got bored with the type of tool making, but I was interested in robotics. I thought that would be a way to go, but yeah, that's all hypothetical now. If your plan is to come to Niue, you've got to find something that you can do without necessarily relying on having a job. Although initially it's probably good to have a job, either with the government, preferably with the private sector, but then you develop it yourself. You say, well, can I do this by myself? Can I? Because the whole idea in life is just to enjoy what you're doing. You know, don't work, you know, drudgery, work for something you don't like doing. So that's another thing about being young. You've got that chance to work out. I know it takes a few years, but you don't know it in your teens, but in your 20s you certainly start to get an idea. Whakalavatu, this is Mark Cross from Liku, in the middle of the Pacific in Niue. Hiya, ROCKsteady Arts.
ROCKsteady, your go-to for all things multimedia. Looking for a new phone? Coming soon to Telecom Niue, the Vivo Y12. That satisfying feeling when you purchase that one thing no one else has. MCM, your wholesaler and retailer grocery shop. Give them a call, 4331. HIO Cafe Bar and Grill, serving you big breakfast, hot food, pizzas, and waffles and ice cream. Give them a call, 4545. Tahiono Art Gallery, slow but always reliable. Visit markcross.nu or email at markcross@niue.nu or give the gallery a call, 4662. Fishniue Charters, locally owned and operated, offering fishing charters, snorkel tours, dolphin tours, and whale watching. Contact BJ Rex on fishniue@gmail.com. Niue Development Bank. Asihake he motu, asihake tangata he motu, ngā hua uloa ke asihake a Niue. Build a better Niue together. Oh yeah, what up lalolangi whakalawhala here to each and every one of you who are tuning in tonight, wherever in the world you are. Ke mutolosi he tō kapisinga, ke tō matakawi ke he lalolangi whakalawhala here to ke mutolosi. Welcome to ROCKsteady live and direct from Niue Nagututa Hamatama Pasifika. Ha yeah! And especially tonight it is ROCKsteady Arts. We are talking all things about arts tonight. Salute whakaulahi, Mark Cross, for giving us an opportunity into your home today. Into your space, into your creative thinking and processes on how and the way you are as a creative artist. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, that was really cool. And it was actually awesome learning a bit of history, you know, to everyone that I've spoken to this week. And it's just great to know that that's the kind of resources that we have in our own backyard, and we need to utilize them to the most maximum way possible. I have no idea if that even makes sense. But hey, all goods. Welcome to the show. Welcome to ROCKsteady Arts. We're heading into the next part of our show. But before we do that, we gotta say what up to Swanson Supermarket. Swanson's, they have given us a $50 voucher, shopping voucher up for grabs. All you have to do is share this link, share the show, share it to everybody you know, and tag a local that is living here that might want to, that might win that. How they're going to do it? Whoever you tag that's living locally, I'm going to put their names into a hat and I'm going to draw them out, and they're going to have $50 shopping voucher from Swanson Supermarket. So much love to Swanson's, and please share and do what you need to do to make sure one of our locals takes their prize out. So if you haven't done also as well, is go to our ROCKsteady ENT official Facebook page, like it, share it, and send that to everyone as well. We want to try and share this platform as far and wide as possible to not just our Niue communities who are living abroad and across the seas, but to everyone that might want to be interested in about Niue. and what we are doing here. And we are rolling into the 6th episode tonight. And it's been a crazy 5 weeks, to be honest. 6 weeks, I mean. It's been fun, the content that we've been able to build, the learning that we've been able to figure out how to make this machine work. And, you know, I want to do a shout out to Telecom for not just being a part of the show and being part of the sponsorship, but the fact that the future of technology, now that we can look at the arts and how do we utilize the technology that is about to blow up right in front of us, it's going to be awesome. The ability to have that kind of data downstream and upstream available for us living here in Niue on so many levels, so many layers on how we can utilize this digital platform. So to all the arty farties that are here in Niue, let's talk, man. If you've got ideas, I've got ideas that just continually just flow, and I don't sleep later. But let's talk about how we can utilize the technology that is about to be launched here in Niue through the Manatua cable. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So right now, I'm gonna cross over. I'm gonna actually call. I want to call somebody. Give me a second. Yo, whakalawalayatu.
Whakalawalayatu, Mr. Jackson.
Yo, Mr. Hibber, Mr. Marcus Hibber. Brother. Oh, man. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Nah, thanks for having me, bro. Good to hear your voice, mate. Some time.
It has been some time, bro. It has been some time. How are you and the family? Hope you guys are well.
Oh, we're good. We're good. Thank you very much, bro. A little bit chilly on this side, but
oh yeah. Oh man,
good.
It's a bit cold on this side too. It's a 26 tonight. Oh, a bit cold for
26, 27.
Awesome. Hey,
bro. Hope you and the family are well, mate.
Oh, we are doing very well. We are doing awesome. We live in this beautiful paradise, and for those who are tuning in, Marcus Heepen and I, we are neighbors in Hui Hui Boulevard, Redland Heights, Whono Kula, forever. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, indeed, bro. So, hey, I want to say thank you for allowing your time to be on the show tonight and to talk about the subject of the arts.
Oh, all good, man. Thank you for having me. I'm just always open to share and spread the joy that the creative does for us as a people and
most
individuals.
And so tonight I'm putting you in that limelight, my brother. I'm putting you in that spotlight, and I want to profile you as a international artist. That from the rock of Polynesia to the globe, and where you are going with your style and your interpretation of the arts. So hey man, let's take it back. Let's take it way back. Let's take it back to high school, my brother. Let's take it back to high school. And even further to that, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to go to, a really good art school over here and other institutions and that. But I always tell them when everyone asks, where did it start? And I always say, mate, best art school in the world, Poliasi, Niue High School.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what? I'm just like, no, mate, that's where it starts. Anybody who is anything in creative, it starts from a young age. It starts from those that are around you, others that have similar interests. I can't take anything away from that class of 97. Saleh Jessup.
Yo, rest in peace. Yo.
Yourself, rest in peace. I mean, he was the, he pulled me to the side and goes, you ever think about doing art? That was back in tech drawing days. And I was just, yeah. So, like anything, you need good people around you to nurture that stuff and to recognize it and maybe even put you in an uncomfortable position where you can grow.
Yeah,
I was very fortunate
awesome.
for that.
That's crazy. Could you go back even further when, if you could remember as far back as you can, when you picked up a pen and you thought, yo, I think I'm pretty good at this. How far back would you say that?
4.
Yo.
I remember we got a new fridge. Actually, I'm lying. It's not a new fridge. It just came in a big cardboard box, and I remember ripping that down and putting it on the ground outside on the just drawing. Yeah, I remember from there. It's just an interest. It's an interest that grows, and like anything, they say, the 10,000 hours. If you work at it, you get better. And we're young men as well. Competition. You were a huge part of that. I remember I was, a year behind you, and just looking up, going, damn it, this guy. All right, I better pick up my game because this guy, but you were, art, music, singing, you were the whole package, mate. So.
No, the craziest thing about that, bro, I remember at high school where I noticed your artwork and I was like, oh, damn, this guy is smashing it. Like, bro, I envied you. I was jealous of your creativity. I was jealous of your style. But, jealous in a good way where it was motivating me to keep my game up. And, and being the...
Absolutely.
Being the 1 year ahead for myself being in school. One of the things that Saleh taught me was your art will only be as good as it is until you stop doing it. And so when I saw you coming up and I saw your standard of artwork, I was like, oh man, like that, bro. To this day, I remember that Macbeth poster. Do you remember that from English class?
Certainly, yes. Yeah.
Bro, just that kind of standard, that kind of quality. Bro, I was going, I wish I could draw like that, and I couldn't. And so one of the other things I quickly figured out was, wait, hold on. Yes, I wish I could draw like Kusa. For those who are listening in, AKA Kusa. I envied your artwork that much, but then I realized, damn, I can only do my best ability. And so it was a good. It wasn't a direct competition, but if it was good for us as students in high school that we could push each other via the arts and push our standards as high as possible. Because if we were to go fast forward to where we are now, bruh, your style is crazy, and I'm in love with it, bro.
Thank you. It is telling of us being maybe a bit more mature. We both had the same feelings as young boys. I guess, both looking at each other quietly, enviously, trying to compete without actually going up to each other and going, actually, your work's pretty bomb.
Nah, bro, high school egos, bro. High school egos. We don't do that.
Yeah. Thank goodness we're a bit more articulate.
Yeah.
But I funny enough that you say that, I actually learn more from artists that use different mediums, I appreciate musicians more and sculptors. I can learn from them, and they have a different way of thinking. That's how I look at it. So when I see somebody pick up a guitar or a chisel or a camera,
sure.
I'm in awe as much as you were, I guess. Yeah.
Man. But I think the abilities that we all have, it's not supposed to cross over that we could do the same. I think God made us that way, that when the ability or the stretch forward that you have towards my work is supposed to be excelled further and better, because then we complement each other that way. And the fact that your style, bro, your style is crazy, and I'm loving it because I know you can go from clean lines to abstract to contemporary, and it's like, oh man, this guy can cross over too good, bro. If that was basketball, you'll be slamming. Oh my gosh! Speaking of basketball, this guy's the only guy I know who dunked at high school. The rest of us were pretending. Yeah.
No. I thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I think the skill and the talent is important, and that comes with time, with patience. But end of the day, I think if it has to be about the message, man. It has to be about the feeling, the experience, whatever it is that you want to portray, whatever style you think is able to push that idea forward. Just go with it. Even if you are primarily a realist artist or an abstract artist, if something comes up that you're like, actually this would work better, go with it. It might not work, you might learn something from it, but that's how I try to do my work. That's why it probably looks like I use quite an expansive range, but really I'm just going with what I'm feeling at the time works best for that idea or for that message or for somebody to experience, or even just a bloody distraction. Let's be honest. Take a minute out of your day. We all work hard. We all have families. Sometimes it's good just to step back and go, actually, that's something to think about. And then carry on mowing the lawns or whatever it is. I don't know.
That's crazy. And like, yeah, I hear you when you talk about your emotions. I think one of the coolest things I've seen in your one video that you have on Instagram, put up some more videos, brother. The one video that I've seen so far is just the fact that you can just splash. You can just kind of throw paint off the brush onto, and like that emotion, that there's so much emotion in that, just to let that go, just like wherever that lands, that's it.
Yeah, have fun, let it go.
Yeah,
it is. It's like you said, we drew, we practiced, we tried to copy every Batman comic, NBA Jam, Michael Jordan poster, whatever it was. I mean, that was us growing up. If somebody wanted a Jordan poster, someone had to draw it. I mean, and then you come to the point where actually I'm going to do something for myself. I'm not putting that power in the hand of other people. I'm looking for my own inspiration, my own recognition. Also, I think a big turning point for me and yourself, like you said when we were young, was being so competitive, was realizing that art is actually not a sport.
Yeah,
it's not a competition. End of the day, there's always going to be thousands of people that can paint or draw better than you. Then once you realize that, then you can just focus on yourself and do the best work that you can do. Yeah, and just be happy with it.
Yeah, most def. And so seeing all your artwork now, because it's been a while, and then all of a sudden there's this movement from Marcus Hippo, the artist, and I went, yo, check out that artwork, that is crazy. So I'm just the, bro, on the side, I go through your Instagram pics back and forth, and I'm just having a gawk and just honest, man. Yeah. Then I just scroll back and forth. I know there's not a lot of work on there yet, and I know there's going to be a lot more to come. Yeah. And the cool thing about it, not every piece is the same, and that's probably the blessing about the expression of art, is that it's not the same. Every single piece is different. Yeah, it's the same hand, it's the same mind, but man, the expression is totally different. And so that's what I've seen so far on that. And I'm looking forward to seeing more work from you, brother.
Thank you. I've watched you. You've always been working. I've checked out your shows here in Auckland. Your theater work, and that's always been inspirational to me. And I guess I kind of got to a point where, damn it, it's now or never. Yeah, it's got to be done. But everyone has their own time. You can't just.
Most definitely.
It's not the most reliable, the security of it. But you get to a stage where you're like, this is, you only live once, man.
Most definitely.
Got to give it a show. Yeah. It might not work. It might do, but you got to give it a shot, mate. You can't live with yourself. Yeah. So that's what I've done. I've just putting myself out there, putting yourself. It's quite a vulnerable experience, I would say.
What I can say, brother, is the fact that you've taken the step. I salute you for that. I salute just making that step, and it will get easier. The vulnerability will get easier to stand naked in front of the public and express your vulnerability as an artist. Because once they see that, they go, oh right, he is human. Wow, okay, I can now. I see his message. Now I understand the perspective, and so, bro. Yeah. As much I've been hounding you for, how many years? Hurry up, brother. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm so happy that you've let it settle for when it was ready for you, and then now you're doing it. Yeah. Now I'm just that high school student and that fan that is just cheering you on, my bro, and I can't wait. So, what's the future got? What's the future plans? What do you got? What do you got?
Well, obviously things are being put on hold. The galleries are opening up in Auckland anyway, starting tomorrow.
Awesome.
So just got a lot of networking coming up, and hopefully proposals for shows. Ultimately, you just want to get to the point where you're always painting. That is success for me anyway.
Sure,
To be able
most
to
definitely.
exhibit, to be able to show, and just to be able to keep painting. I mean, and painting not only for myself, but things that are important to us. What was important to me, you know, Niue, you know, the Pacific, issues. We have a lot of great influences out there. You know, we grew up in Niue. You know, we had Mark Cross, obviously. You know, and you know, came over to here in New Zealand in '99. You know, and there was the whole Pacific, Pacific movement here with John Pule,
Sure.
Andy Lewis, or Michael Tuffrey, all looking back. You know, so it was a good time to come to New Zealand. But home is always home. No matter what I do, I could do contemporary, I could do abstract, I could paint a wing or a plane or whatever.
Sure.
Niue will come through some way in that, because it is who I am. It's where I grew up. It's still home. So
Right.
I'm very fortunate. Yeah. Just putting my hand out there, mate. Giving it a crack.
Man, I'm inspired, man. I am inspired, brother. I just feel like shutting the show down and go and pick up a brush or do something. It's
You
so
should,
good.
bro. I was always a huge fan of your work, mate. Seriously.
The only brush I'm picking up
let's
now
be
is to
honest.
paint the house.
We turned the sports uniform T-shirt thing into a yearly competition.
Yes, we did. Oh man, hey, you and I, we need to take claim on that. We shifted that whole reason of just putting a name on a T-shirt. Nah, let's put some characters on a T-shirt. Let's put some comic characters on a T-shirt. That's right. You and I did that, my brother. We take responsibility for that. Yeah.
That is what happens when you let kids direct the path of.
Hey, and look where we are now. Look at the path that we are on now. Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Just to wrap up,
man.
if you could leave some words of encouragement for all our young people in Niue and just those young people in general about chasing the dream as in the form of arts or just in life in general, please, brother, as we wrap up this piece.
Absolutely. All I can say is, you know, if you are a creative, if you have a passion, just keep doing it and just do it for yourself. Really. Don't work on things you know that will be widely received, or you know, people will be like, yeah, I know you for that, because it'll never keep you happy. So do what you want, do it for yourself, and hopefully you'll be able to grow whatever medium it is that you decide to do. And feel free to get in touch with me on my Instagram. I'm terrible at social media, as you know. marcushipa.art. Just direct message me. I'm happy to give any tips or advice or share anything that I know anyway. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together from wherever you are in the world right now. Emojis, claps, some likes, some love, some hearts for the man himself, Mr. Marcus Hipa. Yo, brother, thank you so much for tuning in, bro, tonight and being part of the show. Look, to be honest, this platform is as much as yours as it is mine, because we are the future. We are the future of taking Niue on all these platforms, regardless of what it is. We need to let our young people know that. Do not let the fact we come from Niue High School or the fact we come from an isolated little island in the Pacific be the reason that you cannot do it. So, brother, you're doing it.
Absolutely.
You've done it. And I salute you, brother. And hopefully your fams are tuning in from wherever they are, brother. Much love, man, to you and your families.
Much love to you and your family. And just tell Nana Rosa I'll be back for some coconut bread sometime soon.
Book, brother, book. We got you. She's actually listening in tonight as well. Okay, brother, much love. And then we'll catch up. Ka kits.
Thank you, bro.
Cheers, brother.
Ka kits.
Yo, how was that? That was so inspiring. So please, one more time, give it up for Marcus Hipa. My neighbor, the neighbors, the brother that we went to school with, and we just drew the school down, murals, classrooms, posters, assignments, books, just the whole thing. My heart is complete. And I feel warm. I feel warm and inspired. So, brother, thank you so much for that. All right. We are now going to have our last commercial break. Is that right, operator? We're going to go to our last commercial break, and we'll be right back. And we're going to say, we're going to let you know how we're going to wrap up the rest of the show. So, woo, see you when you get back. ROCKsteady, your go-to for all things multimedia. Looking for a new phone? Coming soon to Telecom Niue, the Vivo Y12. Award-winning honey, crunchy banana chips, frozen passion fruit, frozen fish, and dragon fruit. Double M 4346. Are you looking for someone to bake, decorate your special cake for your special day? Call them on 4174. Keke time. There's always time for cake. Ay, longan na naki? Ha? Watal? Longan na naki? Inga. Pacific Way Bar, the coldest beer in town. Have you been to Kendras Kollection lately? No? Why? Come and check out their new range of stock, thousands of goods starting at $3, and so much more. Located in Whanokula. Yeah! If you'd like the opportunity to be on the show and have a commercial break, please contact us at rocksteadyenterprise@gmail.com, or just drop a message via the ROCKsteady ENT page as well. So if you'd like to jump on, let's go, let's talk, let's have a tala noise. But we're basically at the end of our show. Before we wrap up, this is the last piece that I'd like to introduce. That's going to be at the end of every show going forward, regardless of what the theme is. Introducing Mr. Hans Fa'avai Jackson. Now, of course, it's biased because he's my brother. But the fact that this segment of the show is called Niue to Hollywood. So we are now going to have a taste of his world. I'm chasing the dream from here to the world. Not just Hollywood, that's just part of the title. But you're going to have a taste of what what he's been up to, his struggles, and of course, it's the reality check /check. That's check as in check yourself out, and the other check is money. Because as an artist, you can't always be in front of the screen, and when you're not, what are you doing to keep you and your little family or yourself afloat as as an independent creative artist? So we want to wrap up the show by saying, Whakaullahi, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been awesome. The content that we're able to share on this platform allows us to share to you globally, wherever you are in the world, that this is what we're doing in Niue. And we are grateful that you can be with us as well. So whakalawhala here to all our people in Aotearoa, Australia, here in Niue, in the States who are tuning in, wherever you are in the world, whakalawhala here too. Ai mavehe adoluki whareveia. Enjoy this part of the night. Pak joy!
Yo, what's up everyone? World's been going crazy. All this COVID-19 stuff, Hard times, man. Especially for a lot of those workers out there, For myself, for my line of work, for those that don't know, I do a lot of acting. And so when the lockdown came, then that was all my stuff gone, all the gigs. This last week for me, did some work for a theatre company that was cool enough to send out some work for us to do online. Stuff similar to this, online content. Yeah, jammed a bit of that with one of my cousins, Lecky Jackson Burke. Plug. But yeah, hopefully I can get back to work as well, man, because before all this lockdown stuff, labourer, was jamming the labourer job, just in between all the gigs, can't be at full-time actors. Surround yourself by like-minded people so that, you can better yourself as a person, and you're always leveling up, you're always becoming a better version of yourself than you were from yesterday, This journey of being an actor, man, tough thing. It's been a long one, but it's been awesome. I've learned so much from starting from, just being in a band with my uncles in Niue, and then coming to New Zealand to the Polyfest stage, and then, moving on to Pipa, along with the music and all that, going at the same time, and then theatre, and then tapping myself into screen, and then, it's just moving forward, because movement is life, So Yeah, and it's been a blessing, man. Even if I look back on it now, dang, shucks, heaps of gigs, man. And you know what? Heaps of gigs and heaps of fails, bro. Man, if I had a video for each time I failed, bro, I'm grateful for those failures, you know? Because if it wasn't for those failures, I wouldn't have the confidence and the bravery to just hit the next gig and be like, bro, you can't, what can you do that'll embarrass me more than that last one? Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you, Glenn, for this little insight, this little window into my life. Hans and the Hivers. Oh, should we have that? Hashtag Hans and the Hivers. Thanks for joining into this journey with me. Stay everything up to date with Niue. Stay up to date with my bro and my toko Glenn. 5 minutes, 3 minutes here and there, just to say what's up, where I'm at, how this whole acting life's going. Hello, Madam Chiefs!
Yeah, what up, Lalo Langi? Go fedo talako. Amonaki, taha moi taha ua moi taha tolu moi tolu ono na la takatana, kori ei fahia, tuke mau neke veri ke mau neke tu, masi fepo wari sakalali, venge kuri, afina fulu wala, Steven Kalahi, pakalo faha, ulu fatapi, uakai ho, neke hihi, inu mai lo ma kona bauti, mafana haku loto, faka piki, ta borge ono, sakali kiki, neke fo mo fusi hake masini, uatu no, kumi sui, cream cracker for new, for lokusi polo, bona tahabala talo, neke kaya talako, faka mole koi ngoi kakano, tukumaya silinga, faka nongo, hey, cream cracker for new, for lokusi polo, bona tahabala talo, neke kaya talako, faka mole koi ngoi kakano, tukumaya silinga, faka nongo, faka tariki ya koe. Iwe hako motu mooli Hopo iwafo koko ki Tahiono Niue koe Moli na kai fai povi Weto kaine tamai he posi Tomanu totolo mai tomanu lele ba jau ne heke he hosi Ako neke kono tupine moua Whakatoe pani popo Kehe pani popo kehe pani keke Sukane hake whaka ene Kia tā whare ai whai kere Hopo I hako ua sepe Ko Niue si no leke Ulele leva mane hene hey Cream cracker for new, for lokusi polo, bona tahabala talo, neke kaya talako, faka mole, koi ngoi kakano, tukumaya silinga, faka nongo, hey, cream cracker for new, for lokusi polo, bona tahabala talo, neke kaya talako, faka mole, koi ngoi kakano, tukumaya silinga, faka nongo, lofi, makefu, tuapa na mukulu, hikuta vake toi, mutala ulaka paliku, hakupu, vaya, avasele, tamako tonga, Niue nukutu tahama, tamaka he Pacific, cream cracker for new, for lokusi polo, bona tahabala